Hi, welcome to my little demonstration here. We're going to do a quick demo on how to make pasta carbonara. I'm using for that recipe some fettuccine today. Traditionally they use spaghetti, but fettuccine works well with it. I have some boiling water here with a tiny bit of salt. I'm going to put my pasta in it. It's boiling right now, so those pasta are going to go in. While they cook, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the rest of the ingredients. I'm going to stir them in. And we're going to cook the fresh pasta, so 2-3 minutes max, they should be done. Okay? What else is going to go into that recipe? Here I have some guanciale, hard for me to pronounce it the right way. Anyway, it's the pork cheek that's been cured. And that's what I have here. You could also use some pancetta or some bacon, they work as well. Traditionally, guanciale is what they used. I have a 1/4 pound of it here. I'm going to separate 2 egg yolks from those eggs here, because I only need the yolk. Sometimes you may use the whole egg or only the yolk. In that one, I'm just going to use the egg yolk, 2 of them. Okay. Then with that, I also have some Romano cheese here, Pecorino Romano. You could use Parmesan cheese if you want. A little bit of olive oil, some fresh black pepper we'll use into it, and a little touch of parsley, which is not really in that recipe traditionally, but for color I want to add a little bit. Okay? I was lucky enough to add some pasta carbonara when I was traveling in Rome one year. My mom took me there for my 80th birthday, one of the best trips ever, and I had the chance to eat them over there. It really was a delight. Amazing pasta. You know, people sometimes use heavy cream in it. You shouldn't have any heavy cream in those carbonara. What you want to use to make that sauce is the water from your pasta, your cooking liquid. You want to reserve some of that at one point, and you're going to use that to make your sauce. That water is going to be added to our bacon after we cook it, and it's going to be bound with our egg yolk and some of our cheese. That's going to make a nice creamy sauce, but you shouldn't have any cream in it. Now if you want to use it, up to you. Traditionally, no cream. Okay, so those pasta are simmering nicely. You don't want them to boil too much, huh? A low simmer is good. I'm going to try one to see where it is. Excuse me, I'm using my hand. They still need a little bit more time. I will say another 30 seconds and they'll be ready. I will then drain them here. Before, again, I will reserve some of that cooking liquid. Then I will take a saute pan, add a little olive oil, and cook that bacon till I get a nice little color on it, golden brown. I don't want it crispy, I want it nicely cooked but not too crispy. And again we move on from that. Okay, so let's be patient with those. It'll be good. So for the recipe ingredient, I repeat myself, you want a 1/4 pound of guanciale or pancetta or bacon. I have some garlic here. You could add little garlic if you want. Crushed garlic, clove garlic. I'm not going to add any. Sometime, if you want it, go ahead. I'm going to skip the garlic tonight because again I want to keep it very traditional. But if you want to add some, it's a little plus. Why not? Fresh ground pepper to taste. 2 egg yolks. 1/2 cup of Pecorino Romano. Olive oil and salt. Now, those pasta are cooked. I know it. I'm going to reserve a little bit of that cooking liquid, cooking water. I'm going to reserve like a cup of it. Voila. Now I'm going to strain it. Just like that. Okay, let it drain. Switch my pan to a saute pan here. add a little bit of olive oil to it. Let it warm up. And then add my bacon. You could hear that little sizzling. This is good. We're going to cook it till the bacon render its fat, which is a very good thing to render that bacon fat. So you don't want to cook it too fast. If it cooks too fast, if it browns too fast, it's not going to have time to render the fat, and the fat, it's a great flavor. Yeah? I said bacon, but it's actually that guanciale we're talking about. One of my subscribers asked me not too long ago to make some carbonara, so here it is. This is for you, dear subscriber. I hope you enjoy it. I wish I remember her name. I know it's a woman. Forgot who exactly, but you know who you are. That's going to take approximately a minute to cook down. No? And one thing about cooking pasta, it's very important that your pasta are not dry at the end. They should be nice and creamy. You should always have a little liquid with it. So, you know, if you know it's going to be gummy, it's going to be pasty, you want something that's going to be unctuous, creamy, and light at the same time. So, always have some liquid to go into that pasta to make it kind of creamy. And here we're going to use that pasta water. And that pasta water is great in many different kind of pasta preparation. Keep in mind, pasta shouldn't be dry onto a plate. It's like a nice risotto. It shouldn't be dry. It should be nice and creamy. Very important. While it's cooking here, we have a little sip of wine. I do cook with wine sometimes, like we say, my dear friend Jacques Pepin. I've been working with Jacques Pepin for 13 years, so I take some of his habits now, which I love. Wonderful man, wonderful chef. Okay. A little bit more. And that will be ready for the pasta water. I might remove a little bit of the fat here if I feel I have too much. You know, I want to keep it healthy as much as I can. Thank you, Mom, to take me to Rome so I could really eat the right thing, the right way. Bring some memories. Love you, Mama. Here we go. You see that? Look at that, beautiful. Okay, I'm going to remove a little bit of the fat. I have a little too much. And drain a little bit off here. Okay, here's the bacon. You can see that nice little color on it. Now, I'm going to add my pasta water to it, okay? And to that, my egg. So when I add the egg, first I'm going to come to a boil. When it's time to add the egg, I'm going to temper those eggs. I'm going to take a little bit of that liquid, put it in, then add the egg to that. If I just put my egg straight into that saute pan here, it might just scramble on me. So I'm going to do what we call tempering the egg. I'm going to take some of it, Add a little bit, stir it in, a little bit more, a little bit more. And now I'm going to go back into a saucepan. I'm going to cook the egg, and the egg is going to create a binding and it's going to act also as a thickener. I lower my heat. You see now that that sauce is ready. It's going to cook couple, I would say 30 seconds, and it's going to thicken up. I'm also going to add the cheese. Part of it, I keep some to add after a drizzle on the pasta. You don't want to let it set. I always stir it. So again, those eggs don't scramble on you. A little bit of pepper. Stir that in. That's dinner tonight. Good dinner. Yummy yummy. And then I will add the pasta to it and toast everything together. Don't rush it, leave it on a low heat. It's better to take a little extra time till it thickens up than to put it on a high heat and just again coagulate your eggs too much. Okay, see that? A little bit more. Tiny little bit more. Again, that I don't want it too thick, because again, if it's too thick, then it's not going to be creamy, you know. The pasta is going to get here, it's going to add some of the starch, and if it's too thick, it's just going to be pasty. Voila, that's going to be good. Yeah, that's cool. Huh? Nice little sauce here. My pasta goes right into it. One thing also about cooking pasta, I want to say, people make that mistake sometimes. Do not put any kind of fat or oil in the pasta water when you're cooking it. If you do, then if you're trying to toss those pasta into a sauce, the sauce won't adhere to the pasta, it will just run off the pasta because of that oil. So you always want to try not to put any oil in that pasta water. It doesn't really help. The pasta shouldn't stick. They will stick if the water wasn't hot enough, but if it's hot enough, they won't stick. And here we have it, a beautiful pasta carbonara. I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of that cheese on top to finish it. A little bit of chopped parsley. And we have it, beautiful pasta carbonara. Thank you, happy cooking. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you did. Cheers.